What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of my apartment, and oh my god, what a day! It's like 90. I don't know. The thermostat in the car said 99. It's probably like 94, but about 50% humidity outside. Oh, and I don't live far from work, so like you get the AC blasting, and by the time you get home, you know you've just started sweating completely, you know. And then, like, the second you pull in, you think the car might have cooled off a little bit because you've been in there for 10 minutes with the AC blasting, but as soon as you turn the car off, like, you're back in the oven again. It's ridiculous. Absolutely insane. Anyways, let's talk about yesterday. So we're gonna have to recalibrate a little bit, or I'm gonna have to recalibrate. You guys are probably fine, but for me, yesterday the whole goal of this, the plan of this, was to walk a mile a day, right? And specifically at one time, I usually walk more than a mile a day. It's about 2,000 steps in a mile. Now, just steps and feet are different. I know there's 5,280 feet in a mile, but steps is like one step from left to right. And if you're like me, that's like 3 feet if you're big. And by big, I mean tall, not big as in round. I'm also that, but anyways. So yesterday, started walking. I went for 12 minutes and 26 seconds. Pace was a 31-minute mile, and it looks like I did 0.4 of a mile. That's about not quite half of what I wanted, but I've got to take it slow because as big as I am, there are some, you know, as sedimentary as I've been, you know, it really is taxing, unfortunately. And for people that are skinny, you really don't realize it. You know, once you get up around my size, I mean, you break a sweat putting your shoes on. You know, you break a sweat going to the bathroom. I mean, anything that requires you to move, because, you know, imagine doing what you're doing and then throwing, you know, getting off the couch isn't getting off the couch. You're deadlifting 350, 450 pounds. You know, walking to the mailbox. You're not just walking to the mailbox. You're carrying 450 pounds in the mailbox, and that, you know, that's a lot of weight. And you know, when your muscles and your structure is not used to that, it's taxing. I mean, I've unfortunately pulled, you know, I've hurt my ankle, I've pulled my hamstring just walking to the mailbox before, so I want to be careful with it. If I feel pain, I'm going to stop. And at half a mile, that was about what I was capable of doing. Also, keep in mind, it's Texas, it's hot as hell outside, and I walk at 5 o'clock roughly, which is the hottest part of the day here. So it's, you know, literally molten lava outside, which again definitely contributes to tiring me out. So hopefully you guys aren't disappointed. Hopefully you guys understand what's behind it. You know, I was disappointed in myself, but you know, the point, I talked to my brother, I was like, dude, I couldn't even do a damn mile. He's like, dude, you did something. That's what matters. You know, keep going, you'll get better. Now you have something to benchmark, you have a baseline, you have something to improve on. So I had originally planned on doing 21 miles on this 21 days to change my life. I'm hoping to still be able to hit that, because as we improve and as I feel better as we walk, and I don't know how long it's going to take. It might be something that, you know, in a week I'm able to walk a mile. It might take a week and a half. I don't know. I remember back when I was doing cardio training, when I was doing basketball in high school, you know, it took about a month to get in shape, but that's a totally different bag. And we did it hours and hours of training, whereas I'm only doing like 15 minutes a day. So I do hope to get that up to about, you know, 30 minutes a day and then 60 minutes a day as we progress. I'm going to start working in more stuff like VR workouts and stuff like that. Walking is just, it's a set metric. It's outside. It's an activity. It's something that I'm trying to give myself to, you know, kind of get out, be alone, you know, or if, you know, Ken wants to come, but just something that's kind of fun. I'm trying to make it fun. It's not there yet, but we'll get there. So it gives me time to listen to audiobooks and the sound of my own desperate breathing. I did have a question for you guys, though. Back when I was growing up, biking was something that I really enjoyed. From the time I think I was about 10 years old when my parents first bought me a Huffy bike, and I had that Huffy bike. Shit, I had it all the way up into my 20s, and then I think when we moved the last time, we moved to Maryland and we moved back, and I think on the move back it got put in the garage, and then it rusted out and fell apart. But oh my god, I love that bike, absolutely loved it, and it was built like a tank. So I've been looking at getting back into bikes. I don't know who's calling me, but they can call back. The problem is I'm a big guy, and they don't make bikes for well, I didn't think they made bikes for my size. Usually the average bike is 250, 350 pounds. I'm above that. So at that point it's like, okay, what is that? Because sometimes some things say 250, 350 pounds. And you can get away with it, because like a mountain bike is designed for you to do jumps and stuff like that while 250 pounds. So, when you're doing a jump, so to speak, on one of those bikes, or you're doing off-road, there's a lot more weight than 250 that's being put on those points. At the same time, at my weight, just me sitting on the thing, puts it at max. And from what the research I've done, people have said that I need a special kind of bike. The problem I have here is at least the 2 or 3 stores that I've talked to, I've called them, they have no interest in helping, or even talking to me. It's like, yeah, we don't really have anything and it sounds like 16-year-old kids that are running a bike shop. So I need something more like a mom and pop shop that, cares about their customers, and not every place is like that. I am not your average biking customer, and so, it makes sense that as an outlier, they wouldn't necessarily care about my business. So I've done a lot of research online, and I found this stuff. This was recommended by somebody on Reddit, but these are expensive. I mean, like, god dang, these are expensive. And then like the e-bikes, which I'd love. These are really cool. These are insane, but these things can handle 550 pounds, which is more than I weigh. And I wouldn't have any worries about them falling apart on me. You know what I mean? They're not aluminum. I think they're all steel, which means they're going to be heavy as hell, but I mean, kind of need that. So my question is this something that's actually needed, or is this just marketing bullshit? Again, I have no relationship with Zize bikes. I'm not saying they're good. I'm not saying they're bad. This is just something that I saw, and I was curious what you guys thought. So somebody out there hopefully watching this video knows something about bikes, and you can kind of let me know, hopefully, because that's the nice thing about the internet is you can usually find some information. Some of the folks on Reddit, I'm getting conflicting, messages. They're like, well, just get out and walk. Well, I want to get out and walk, but the whole point about this is finding a way to make it fun and enjoyable. And if, I can enjoy, riding 3 or 4 miles on a bike more than I'll enjoy, or dread walking, then this is going to make it last longer, and this is going to make me do it for more. So this seems like a better option to me, but the price is insane, so I need to make sure it's something that is worth the price before I invest in it. So now, granted, it's something I could use for several years. I mean, eventually, once I get down to around 200 pounds, I'm going to want to switch to a normal bike, because the weight on these things is they probably weigh like 30 pounds. Let's see, does it say what the weight on these things are? Let's see. Specifications. Maple. Holy shit, the bike weighs 53 pounds. Oh my god. Yeah, so that's a heavy bike. That's a real heavy bike. A lot of bikes are very light. They're made of aluminum, and they're designed to be low weight so that it's easier to do what you need to do, because they're lightweight and you can move around easier. Whereas if something's 50 pounds, that's an extra big chonka you're dragging around when you're moving around. So I don't know. I would love to get. I mean, this bike looks like it would be amazing. It's in my size. You can get it all the way up to 6'3" and up, which would be great. It's got, it looks on paper like it would work, but at the same time, I don't want to just be buying, because, that's the problem about being fat is a lot of stuff is not made, like workout equipment. Like, did you know the Peloton, like bikes, they cap out at like 250 pounds? It's like, dude, you're making exercise equipment. Like, make it for bigger people. Like, more than just Barbies are going to use your stuff. Anyways, so I just don't understand why you would make something like, obviously I'm an outlier. I'm way higher weight than most people, but there's a lot of 300 and 350 pound people out there that could desperately use that thing, right? I mean, it's not just me. Come on. So, let me know what you guys think about the bikes. If you know anything about bikes and their weight limits and thresholds and stuff along those lines, let me know what you think. It's a big investment, but it's literally saving my life. So it's definitely, if $2,700 will encourage me to continuously work out and burn weight, then it's worth it. In the meantime, obviously I'm going to keep walking, but this gives me another opportunity, another option. Let's see, we talked about yesterday, talked about talked about the bikes, apps. So a couple of you guys asked about what apps I was using. I've downloaded several and I'm looking at them. I'm trying to find, like back in the day I used Runkeeper. I haven't looked at Runkeeper recently. Runkeeper was very annoying with like every 15 minutes it would message you, and like every quarter mile, and it was like quarter mile, it was annoying. I think there's a way to turn that off. I haven't used it literally since 2016, so it's like 4 or 5 years. So it may not be like that anymore. I used Map My Walk, which is an Under Armour application. And I think I told you guys this earlier, but it was 40.40 of a mile. It's a little less than half. 12 minutes, 26 seconds, 31:10 minute to mile ratio. So it's basically a 31-minute mile, 31.1 minute mile, which is awful, but we'll get there. I know this has a way to add friends and such, but I believe it shows you guys all of my address and stuff. So it's going to probably take a couple days for me to find one that doesn't. If any of you guys have one that you recommend, let me know. And I don't mind paying for an app if, the paid one's good. But I'd love to have the ability for us to have a little group or a community where we can share, I saw this, on my walk yesterday, or, I accomplished this, or I got a new personal record. Because I'm lucky that I have a YouTube audience, as small as it is, that I can, share this with and have accountability. I understand that a lot of you guys don't have that, and this would give you guys the ability to join the group and have a little accountability yourself, if you wanted that. Not everybody does. Some people, I do well when people pester me. Not everybody does. So, this gives you that option to have that if you want it or not, but we've got to figure out the right solution for us. So if there's one out there you recommend, let me know. I'll take a look at it. Otherwise, it'll take me a couple days to get it. Other than that, I think that's it for today. I am going to go walking again today. It's about 94 outside and 50% humidity. So that's going to be fun. And not only that, but I wear this headset when I go to work or work out with, it's got like a 10-foot cable on it, which looks absolutely ridiculous, but I need to get my earbuds fixed. One of the earbuds stopped charging, and there was like a cheap, it's like $30. They're cheap ass earbuds, but they have a year warranty on them. So I'm like, well, I mean, they're cheap, but I'd rather not replace them. But I may just bite the bullet and get something like Raycons or something like that. I mean, everybody on YouTube talks about Raycons, right? It's got to be good. If you got some earbuds that you recommend, let me know. I need something that'll hold up though, because these didn't even last a year before one of them died. I mean, they're good other than that, but one of them won't hold a charge anymore, which is, now I get it mono, which is really frustrating, but it is what it is. All right, folks, if you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I do read all my comments, respond to the vast majority of them. If you have questions about what I'm doing diet-wise, you know, what our plans are, et cetera, feel free to ask down there, and I'll do my best to either answer your question in the comments, maybe do an episode on it, or, you know, something. We'll get it figured out. I know, little poopy. As soon as I start recording, the dog decides she wants all the attention in the world, all because I went to work today for a little bit. She's missing missing daddy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. We'll get a dog cam set up so you guys can enjoy the corgal. Oh, cute little corgi. Anyways, I think that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to step on that like button on your way out. That way it lets the YouTube algorithm know that I'm worth watching. I appreciate it. You guys have a great night. Good luck with your walks, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.